has been so long. So long since I've enjoyed a frosty Mountain Dew. But you know what, guys? These are unusual times. These are smoke 'em if you got 'em times. We are right in the middle of everything shutting down for the coronavirus times. Everyone's getting sent home from work, sent home from college. Matter of fact, I just drove past Chapman University and it was all shut down. But honestly, to look around the orange circle over here right now, you'd never know there was anything going on. I still see tons of people walking around, walking their dogs. Even people heading down to the restaurants around here. I mean, I guess we're not seeing hordes of crowds or anything like that. Mobs moving down the road. And there's nothing wrong with being out as long as you're practicing social distancing. But these are definitely very unusual times. Actually, now that I'm walking around a little more, I'm definitely noticing less people than you would normally see out here. Oh, look at this. Blaze Pizza not allowing any inside seating, takeout only. Oh, wow. Looks like the same goes for this fancy Italian restaurant. Oh, and even Starbucks has removed all of their chairs. Pretty much the only place that still has a bunch of people is the Earth Cafe over there. They're not allowing indoor seating either, but there's still a whole bunch of people inside in the line. Oh no. There's people coming. Oh no. Oh, the germs. The germs. Mustn't get close to anyone. This is such a strange feeling. Is that lady walking a goose? I have never seen that before in my entire life.
Say hello, Goosey. Goose, look.
Goose. Is that her name, Goosey?
Goosey.
Hi, Goosey.
Pose for the camera, Goosey.
What the actual heck was that? It's weird because they've been saying that you should basically stay at least 6 feet away from other people. Something that seems like a heck of a challenge. At least when you're home, in town, in the city. So I'm trying to keep my distance from everyone, but I actually have to be out of the house today. Because I've recently been going through a bunch of dental work, getting crowns on, stuff like that. And at some point, all the scraping and poking has given me kind of a hot tooth in here, so they prescribed me some antibiotics for it. And of course, to get the antibiotics means going into the store, into the pharmacy. And in this case, the pharmacy they called it into is Target. That's weird. I keep taking the side streets, you know, for social distancing, and then I'm realizing it doesn't matter, you're in your car. Anyway, Allie and I have been going to the grocery store a few times over the past week and a half or so, just buying the little things to get you through a couple of weeks at home. And I thought, hooray, we won't have to go to the store for a while. We won't have to deal with all the panic buying, etc., etc. But it looks like we get to see what's going on after all. Huh, looks pretty normal on the outside. Huh, so far the inside looks pretty normal too. Well, kind of, other than being a little empty. Oh yeah. Okay. What the heck? Nobody's panic buying shoes. Alright, we're getting closer to the food section now. This is where I expect to see a big difference. Let's see what's going on. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at all the cleaning supply shelves. Apparently people are planning on doing a lot of laundry during this time. Oh, holy shnikes, what in the world? Let me guess what was in this aisle. Of course, the toilet paper. Oh my gosh, no more wipey. Unbelievable. I like how this person was buying some supplies and then got to the toilet paper aisle and went, forget it. I give up. Oh yeah, look at this. This is where all the paper towels should be. Ooh, then here's the Kleenex aisle right here. Just a few packets left. Whoa. Running a little low on feminine hygiene products in here. Seems like for the most part, most of the food is fine. There's even actually bottled water available. So that first big wave of panic buying is starting to slow down. But still, man, looks like 4th of July afternoon in here when everybody buys up all the chips. Still, pretty weird what people buy and what they don't buy. All the Gatorade is gone, all the laundry detergent was gone. But the body wash and shampoo and deodorant are just fine. So are all the toothbrushes and toothpaste. Kind of weird. People are expecting to be sick, which is why the medicine's all gone. Also, apparently they're expecting to be wounded since all the first aid stuff is gone. So they're making sure they have clean laundry, but they're not going to brush their teeth? Alright, I'm going to go get my prescription back here and then try to make my way out. And might as well grab some nacho making supplies while I'm in here too. I noticed even at the grocery store, none of the candy is sold out. So that's a good thing. If it comes down to it, we can all survive on Skittles. Just getting a few things for my kid. Poor guy. His birthday is coming up this weekend. And it's a big one. The big 13th birthday. And there's going to be nothing going on. And of course, as with everybody else, money's so tight. Ooh, it's going to have to be a makeup birthday. But he loves snack packs and nachos, so it won't be a total loss. Fun run. more like food run. The funny part about all this, well, not so much ha-ha funny as, you know, eye-rolling funny, it's we're not running out of food at all. There's still going to be plenty of food. As a matter of fact, next week, once everybody's bought all this stuff, I bet the shelves will be overflowing with things. And nobody needs 100,000 packs of toilet paper. I mean, I go through a lot of toilet paper, but not that much. But the silver lining is, at least now, people will finally have those earthquake supplies that they don't normally keep. All right, got everything I need. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's get our at-home birthday supplies in here and head back towards home. You know what? I'm thinking, since we're out anyway, I wonder how close we can get to Disneyland. Alright, we're about to turn right onto Harbor Boulevard. This is the street that runs pretty much alongside of Disneyland. We'll see what's going on down here. Oh, not a lot. Not a lot going on. Look at this. Normally, there would be all kinds of people walking down the sidewalk over here to and from the park. Look at that. Nobody cruising down the road. Oh yeah, you can see. There are just no people out here. No people, no Disney buses cruising into the drop-off area. That is nuts. That is wild. Look at this. Even over here across the street. Nobody at the Disneyland McDonald's. Wow, I have lived here my entire life, except for 6 months in Texas. Even during the very slowest times, you don't see a situation like this. Now, obviously, the Disneyland parking garage is closed, and all the businesses and stuff are set up so that it's very difficult to park nearby. So I don't think we're gonna be able to get right up to it. We're behind the park now on Ball Road. Let's see if we can go see what's up with the parking garage, which I'm guessing is going to be all coned off. We'll find out. Oh yeah, I can see it from here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh boy. Totally coned off. No access to the parking garage. How weird is that? Right now, the whole Mickey and Friends structure, which you can see right in front of us, is totally empty. There are no cars entering the structure. No people going up and down the escalators. This is a trip. Actually, let's take a right turn over here. As you've no doubt heard, downtown Disney is closed as well. But I'm just interested in seeing, oh, look at that pedestrian bridge. Nobody on board. Look at this. Check out the sign. See that? Disney Parks closed. The parking lot is closed. They've got security over there in the downtown Disney gates. Oh, look at this. Even the Disneyland Hotel is closed to all guests. There are no guests at the hotel right now whatsoever. This is pretty unusual. Just so you can see, down at the end there is some do not enter, wrong way signs, no entry, blah, 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 blah. And a split second ago, I went up to the security booth over there, so I'm sure they're wondering, why is he coming back? And they told me that right now it's pretty much employee and police parking only. You can't even use the downtown Disney parking lot right now. All right, we're gonna take a right on Disneyland Drive. So on our right hand side is downtown Disney. On our left hand side is Disneyland itself. Well, and part of downtown Disney, but left side, Disneyland, DCA, half of downtown Disney, right side, Disney, downtown Disney parking. Boy, this is crazy. There's just nobody around. I still see trucks going backstage, so there's definitely people working in the park. They're still doing maintenance and upkeep and stuff like that. But for the moment, Disneyland is closed. I just want to say, for the record, Disneyland will reopen. They're saying the end of the month. It could take a little longer than that, but I have a little 2 or 3-year-old cousin who watched my last video about Disney closing, and apparently poor little Charlotte was very concerned that Disneyland was never going to open again. That's not true. Disneyland will open. We will all get a chance to go back in the parks. This is all just a temporary measure to make sure all our grandmas and grandpas don't get any germs. This is the wildest thing ever. No rides moving back there in DCA. No people coming down the sidewalk. Even the convention center up here is closed, so you don't see any convention crowds. Nobody's going in and out of the hotels. I mean, this is just totally unusual. Definitely not normal seeing this few people around. I mean, even on 9/11, which is the only other time I can remember the park being closed and me having to drive around down here, even on that day, you know, there were still people going to and from the hotel. There were still people wandering around wondering what to do with themselves while the park was closed and all that kind of thing. This is definitely unusual. I mean, just for one example, that is the fewest people I have ever seen at that 7-Eleven on the corner here in my whole life. I'm personally feeling pretty optimistic about things. I mean, the shutdowns should ensure that the spreading of the virus slows down enough that they can get a handle on it, that it won't overwhelm health services. I mean, we're probably all gonna get this eventually. But if we gotta take a break from normal stuff for a couple of weeks for the greater good, you know, I'm all for it. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anywhere I can sneaky park. Oh, green light, try to sneak up on the resort over here. Wow, look at this over here. See the Howard Johnson? See how they put those giant flower pots in the parking lot entrance? This is gonna be tricky. All right, cool. Mimi's Cafe over here, which by the way was bizarrely empty inside, has allowed me to park across the street for a few minutes to go and take a gander. Yeah, dude, this is absolutely the weirdest thing as a most of my life Anaheim, Orange County resident that I have ever experienced. No monorail running across the street, no tourists over here. The Panera Bread is dead. Now, as a teenager with an annual pass, the #1 place we would head before and after Disneyland, and the #1 place where we would get our food, was this McDonald's right over here across the street. Always a super busy, super packed place, especially when they used to have those 29, 39-cent cheeseburger days. Remember those? This I've never seen. Nobody around. Totally weird. Look at this, the Camelot Inn, totally empty. Just look at this. Harbor Boulevard. Unbelievable. Now, most of the permanent employees over here at Disneyland are getting paid during all this, but this is pretty wild for the hotel industry. I mean, to have no guests, that's kind of a big deal. Look at this. Look at this. Ooh, right here is the pathway, I believe, that was going towards what was going to be Disneyland's new parking garage, and then I think the city turned them down. You can see way in the background the cast member lot. I haven't walked by here in a long time, so I've never actually laid eyes on that opening. This is unbelievable. I'm watching the buses stopping at their usual stops, but nobody's getting on and nobody's getting off. I mean, all these little hotels over here, which have been built up since the 1950s, normally have little restaurants, they all have little gift shops. They're usually just bustling with people over here. Man, so weird. I mean, look at that. Weird. All right, here we are across from the main Harbor Boulevard entrance to Disneyland. And there are just no people, no guys throwing those little toy helicopters in the air. Nobody passing out religious tracts. No tourists, no honking, no Ubers, no Lyfts. Just one guy hopping on the bus over here. This is bizarre, to be standing across from one of the most popular, busiest theme parks in the world. And this is the sight that we see. Unbelievable. All right, here we are. I have come across the street and I am standing at the entrance to the Disneyland Resort. First of all, look at this. There is the pickup and drop off area, usually full of cars, taxis, Ubers. There's one taxi and one car over there, likely to pick someone up who's working. And then look at that. Look at the entrance to the park. Unbelievable. I know I keep saying that. I apologize. I'm somewhat at a loss for words. It's just so strange. Oh dear. Nobody in the walkway over here. And yep, that's what I kind of figured. Looking down this way, you can see that all the security screening stations are shut. They're not letting anybody pass. There's no one around. They just actually flagged me down and let me know we're closed. So we'll just take one last peek here, and I guess that's it. We gotta make our way out. So crazy though. No people, no strollers, no buses, no monorail. Really no cars down here. This is just wild. Well, I'm glad we came down to take a look at least. Hopefully this will satisfy a lot of people's curiosity as to how close they can get. You don't want a bunch of people trying to come down here and see the gates. This way, now we all know what's going on. Nothing. Ooh, I'm actually gonna reach over and touch the monorail right now. Even though it's not running, I still feel like I touched a little bit of Disneyland and a Disneyland ride. Pretty strange. All right, well, they're still thanking us for visiting, even though we didn't get too far. inside of the park. I guess now we've seen and done pretty much everything that we could possibly see or do here. So I think we've done our duty. Nothing to do but go home and hunker down. Oh man, this is just so strange. I actually decided to take the other route back on the west side of Harbor Boulevard over here underneath the monorail tracks. This is as close to Disneyland as we can get. Look at that, you can actually see the Matterhorn from out here. Aww. Tomorrowland is so close and yet so far. See, here we're right up against the backstage. Inside there is the roundhouse for the monorail and the Disneyland Railroad. I can almost actually smell the Utopia from here. You can actually see quite a bit of backstage from this walk too, but of course I'm not going to show you that. I just wanted to be as close as I could be. And I guess that's about it. All right, back to the car and some hand sanitizer. And we'll head back to our quarantine. Just want to say a little thank you to Mimi's Cafe here. And the security cast members and the police who all said hi and had a little conversation from a safe distance. It's some Disneyland ducks. Did they kick you guys out of the park too? Don't worry, I won't get too close, you know, social distancing and all that. What's that? Oh, they don't speak English. Oh, I see, okay. They were just checking out the scene out here, too. Then they're gonna head back to Rivers of America. Well, you lucky ducks, you get to go inside the park. Congratulations. Say hi to Mickey for me. Time for us to head home. I actually have some pretty good contingency plans while all this is going on. Some exciting stuff to show you. I've just been sort of waiting to see, like, how long is this gonna last? Should we whip it out now or save it? There's some cool stuff coming. Plus, if you're bored or stuck at home or stuck at work with no people around and nothing to do, don't forget we got over 1,000 episodes on this channel for you to watch. So don't worry, gang. I'm here for you. For now, though, I think we've done our duty and it's time to go home and sleep well. Look at this. Little bonus. Going back around. Probably saw this in the time lapse, but going back around from the other angle. Look at that. Nobody at Paradise Pier. Nobody going down the road. A little through traffic. A little bit of people that are traveling, you know, past. Look at this. Look at this. Oh boy. No one at the Grand Californian. Wow. Not a car in the parking lot over there at downtown Disney. What a sight. Can't even tell you. It's probably good. There's a lot of people who are very addicted to Disneyland. They're always here. Let a lot of things in their lives drop, or they haven't spent a lot of time on their favorite book because they've been too busy with popcorn buckets. It's probably good. Probably for the best. Then there's some, of course, I feel bad for all the people out of town who were trying to travel here, had their travel plans changed, but it will reopen. We will rebuild. And hopefully we'll be having even more fun than we've ever had down here before once it does, you know? So, I don't know, it's all for the best. It's a big sacrifice, for a lot of people. Man, crazy. But that's what you gotta do, you know? Like Mr. Rogers says, you gotta look for the helpers. You'll notice there's a lot of people doing a lot of good out there right now, keeping people's spirits up, and doing a lot of help in the medical field, and even us staying home, or, you know, staying away from crowds, rather, and elderly folks and all that stuff, is our way of helping. It's our small part to play in trying to keep everybody safe and healthy. So, I wish all of you a very safe, happy, healthy, what do we call this? We're not really calling it quarantine, not unless you're already sick. So, a safe, happy, healthy coronavirus break. Coronavirus summer vacation there. And hopefully, we'll all be able to get back to normal soon. So, I'll see you guys on this channel. I'll be here for you. Don't forget Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I'm going to social distance myself a good, long, far distance away from this whole area soon. And I got some surprises up my strange denim jacket that everybody thinks is leather's sleeve. So, ta-ta for now, TTFN. You've done your duty. Go home and sleep well. Sleep on all the toilet paper you bought. See you guys.